So these are the iPhone 17 dummies.
It's just one.
Oh, this iPhone Air. It's so slim it gets lost. And while I was looking at them, the thought that struck me, iPhones are suddenly exciting in India. And by the time this iPhone 17 launches, Apple might have already won India. And I'm not talking about just market share. I'm talking about completely changing how Indians think about premium smartphones. Check this out. Apple is now in the top 5 smartphone brands in India. Heck, it's also in the top 5 best-selling smartphones in India. Like the rest 4 phones are budget phones. And then you have iPhone 16 for 70,000. In fact, in the premium segment above 30,000, 1 out of every 5 phones sold in India is an iPhone. And here's the crazy part. While global iPhone sales are declining, India is now Apple's 4th largest market and will become the 3rd largest in another 2 years. And this is iPhone 17. It's likely to be assembled in India from day 1. So what changed? आपका ये मोटरोला वाला फोन सही चल रहा है?
हाँ यही तो है।
करना आपको चेंज करके आईफोन ले लेते हैं ना।
मोबाइल जो है काम करेगा वही, वो भी काम करेगा वही, वो भी काम करेगा, मेरे को दिखावा थोड़ी करता है।
सही है, ये वाला भी पॉइंट तो है। See, this is the exact perception Apple had to change. So how did they change this perception and sold more iPhones? This is Prateek, you're already watching TechWiser. This is TechWiser Explains, and let's decode Apple's secret strategy of winning India. Now, before we get to the strategy, it's important to understand that this is not Apple's first attempt. They have tried multiple times before. Like, this was Apple's struggling years in India. The original iPhone launched at 5,999 in the US, but in India, it costed around 35 to 40,000 rupees. Plus, you could only buy it from premium stores in Delhi and Mumbai. No EMI, no exchange, nothing, none of that sort. To give you a perspective, Apple had less than 1% market share in 2016. Samsung was dominating with 23% market share, and even brands like Micromax were way ahead of Apple. Apple was basically selling hope, not phones in India. The company tried setting up stores but failed. They tried partnerships but nothing worked. India was that one market Apple couldn't crack until everything changed in 2017. Apple used this 4-point strategy for India and they were successful at it. The first masterstroke was pricing, but not in the way you think. See, everyone expected Apple to make cheaper phones for India. They didn't. Instead, they made the same iPhones cheaper. Look at this. iPhone 16 base model is priced at 79,900 rupees in India. That's almost the same as US pricing if you consider the US taxes. And here's the real game changer. iPhone 16 Pro series this year saw a 15,000 price cut. iPhone 16 Pro starts at 1.19 lakh compared to iPhone 15 Pro which was launched at 1.34 lakh. Why? Because it's now made in India. Local manufacturing means no import duties, which Apple is now passing on to the consumers. But again, that's not the real deal. The real magic is this. Apple realized Indians don't think in 80,000 rupees. They think in 3,000 per month. So they partnered with banks like HDFC Bank, ICICI, Axis to offer a 12-month no-cost EMI. Suddenly, an iPhone 15 became 2,500 per month. That's doable for someone earning 50,000 rupees. Now, I don't know if it's good or bad, but this generation has more credit cards, spends more. You have watched enough finance and Gen Z breakdown videos. I'll spare you that. You do whatever you do best. But the strategy that turned everything around is Flipkart Big Billion Day or simply sales. And there's something deeper happening here that most people are missing. Apple has hired a team of finance people, especially for India. According to reports, they have been working closely with banks to create India-specific credit solutions. Like during Flipkart's Big Billion Day sale, iPhones had additional bank offers, exchanges, bonuses, everything compared to other smartphones. So while iPhone sales are increasing, they have jumped from 8.5 million to 12 plus million units. That's about 40% selling more iPhone. But Apple's per phone average selling price in India has dropped from 92,000 to almost 81,000 per iPhone. So more iPhones are sold, but less money is made per iPhone. And Apple is deliberately sacrificing margins to gain market share. It's the classic land grab strategy. Get people into the ecosystem first and then make money later on. Now, pricing and sales were just the beginning. The real transformation came through Apple's manufacturing strategy. This is the perfect time where Apple needs India and India needs Apple. So you know what's interesting about this iPhone 17? When it launches, it will be likely assembled in India from day one. But Let's talk about how we got here. See, Apple didn't just want to sell in India. They wanted India to become their backup to China. And recent events proved them right. US keeps increasing and decreasing tariffs for China. It's unpredictable at the end of the day. Like, Apple literally airlifted 600 tons of iPhones from India to the US in March 2025. That's 2,000 crore worth of iPhones. The economics are simple. Apple saves massive tariff costs by manufacturing in India and then exporting it to the US. Plus, India makes money from these exports, so it's a win-win for India as well as Apple. Today, India produces 15% of all iPhones that are sold globally. Apple wants it to make it to 25% by 2026. But manufacturing is only half of the story. Distribution is where Apple got really smart. And that's the final strategy. Apple is now catering to and treating India as priority. First, online Apple Store launched in India in 2020. Indians could finally buy Apple products directly from Apple with proper warranty and service. Then came offline stores in 2023. And these weren't just stores. These are experience centers. You could see the huge line now during the launch of the new iPhones. And it doesn't stop here. Apple is catering to India a lot more. Now they are working on developing a localized version of Apple Pay, which will have UPI because that's how Indians pay. Also, festival marketing is huge in India and Apple also does this. There are Diwali campaigns, there are offers during the wedding season, and my favorite India-specific feature from Apple, the recently launched iOS 26, Apple Intelligence supports English in India from day one. Usually we get US support first and then India. Like, Pixel still doesn't offer call screening in India. That never happens before. Usually we get English first and then other languages later on. But this time, it was for India. Now, all of this strategies, theories sounds great on paper, but does it actually work? So we have a lot of new team members who joined TechWiser in the last year.
Okay, why did you get an iPhone 14 Pro?
First iPhone was for aspirational reasons.
Hype.
So you bought it because of the hype?
Yes.
Because I wanted to try medical system and because I was creating content about it.
And how is your experience there?
It's actually good in the starting.
And I don't like camera.
Vivo has a better camera, of course, definitely.
Right now I'm thinking to switch on Android.
Just a gift. मिल गया तो रख लिया वाला.
You see the pattern, like almost half of our office uses an iPhone and the number was just this guy when we started. And people might say n number of reasons to get an iPhone. But according to this Counterpoint research, for many consumers in tier 2 cities and beyond, owning an iPhone is a lifestyle statement. It's not about the specs or features, it's about what the iPhone represents. Status, success, arrival in middle class. Like the iPhone is the Indian dream, similar to like how cars were the American dream. Now, these iPhone 17 dummies. See, the top two most selling iPhone in India is iPhone 16 and iPhone 13. So for sure, we would be interested in the base iPhone 17 this year. And iPhone 17 would likely be iPhone feedback version. See, from the outside, it will look similar to iPhone 16, not a lot of visual changes. But the three fundamental changes that you would see this year in the iPhone 17 is, like, finally, the base iPhone 17 will also get a 120Hz display. To all those who said 60Hz doesn't matter, I think it does now. So that 120Hz display will also give you always-on display on the base iPhone 17. Second, the iPhone 17 series will now get more RAM. Yes, you will get 12 GB of RAM on all iPhone 17 variants. Apple wants to give Apple Intelligence features on all iPhones and they don't want RAM to be the issue in that. So iPhone 17 will get 12 GB of RAM. Third, you will see an improved 24 megapixel selfie camera. iPhones suck at selfie, let's just agree to that. And starting iPhone 17, it might get better. So anyone looking to buy an iPhone, wait for it. I believe iPhone 17 will be the iPhone to buy out of all the series. And the next, the most controversial, iPhone 17 Air. See, iPhone 17 Air might be the thinnest iPhone ever. It will be as thin as 5.5 mm. And if you are the people who didn't like the S25 Edge, wait till you hear about the iPhone 17 Air. See, due to the reduced thinness, it will have 4 major compromises. Number one, as you can see, since the size is less, you will only see one camera on it. It will be a 48 megapixel main camera. Number two, the iPhone 17 Air might not have enough space, so you will only see a single speaker setup. And the speaker will not be here, it will be near the earpiece. I hope that's a rumor. Number three, iPhone 17 Air might only be eSIM. Now this is not certain for India, but rumors are the design is so slim that there's not enough room to add a SIM card. But this is dicey because iPhone customizes phones as per the region. Like iPhones in China have dual SIM cards, so yeah. Let's keep fingers crossed for India. And number four, the biggest compromise could be the battery life. iPhone 17 Air might have only a 2800 mAh battery. Suddenly the S25 Edge doesn't seem that bad, right? Also, to add to it, iPhone 17 Air for better battery life will offer a battery case to power users. And now you can add that giant battery case to your iPhone 17 Air to get better battery life, but then it's not thin anymore. I can't believe I'm reading all of this, but let's just hope. Now, the iPhone 17 Pro Max we have discussed in length in this upcoming video here. We do it every month so that you stay updated on phone launches and don't end up buying the wrong phone. So subscribe so you don't miss here. And yes, Apple might suffer some damages due to the tariff, so you can expect the pricing of the iPhone 17 Pro variant to go up, but the base iPhone 17 should remain the same price as the last year. So here's the thing. Apple's India strategy wasn't about making different products. It was about making the same products more accessible through local manufacturing, smart financing, and understanding Indian psychology. And on top of that, there's also money coming in India, n number of factors, and that's how Apple won.